Comedy Film Nerds Podcast.
Molly's Game.
I saw Molly's Game.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see that so bad.
It's worth seeing. It is worth seeing because I was interested in it because I always love true stories, and it's based on a book, Molly Bloom, and she actually said to Aaron Sorkin that I want Jessica Chastain to play her. So she requested her. Jessica Chastain she's a really fantastic actress.
Busy doing the Huntsman 4.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Well.
Oh whoa.
Maybe we should talk to her manager about some of those choices. But
Yeah.
she's done
Hey.
Actual
I'm
movies.
playing the Chuckle Hut in some shit town soon, so you got to take the good with the bad.
No, I hear
I'm
that.
in Wichita, so let everybody calm down.
Yeah, we can't judge her. There's a strip mall that has a club that we will be
Yeah.
eating horribly fried food in a green room, jet lagged from 2 flights, going, well, let's hope the check clears. So,
For you, it's probably like, mozzarella sticks, the only thing that doesn't have meat.
oh, God. You know how many times I've had to eat the fucking nachos at a comedy club?
Son of a bitch, and that's your dinner.
That's
and
your
you're just
dinner.
shoving olives in your face. Like, hopefully there's some vitamins and minerals.
Oh, my God. I've done that where I'm just like, and then I'm like, I go to the bar and I'm like, well, I'll have olives because if they have celery for the,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, salad. Now I'm getting.
Celery's like, that's fancy.
That's a fancy bar. I play fancy.
Yeah.
I play fancy shithole comedy clubs. So Molly's Game, it's really, there aren't any, it's a solid movie. There wasn't, it's a little long, but I feel like I'm nitpicking when I say that because I was pretty engaged watching the entire film.
Well, it's Aaron Sorkin's directorial debut.
And
That's wild.
yeah, right? Isn't that crazy?
I would think, I would assume he's done something before. I don't know why.
But it really, and he
You
wasn't.
hear his name so much, you're like, oh, he's done he's probably directed
Exactly.
a million things
Right.
already.
But the good thing was it wasn't like Aaron Sorkin-y. He
Right.
wasn't just like, all right, everybody Sorkin it up. You, Sorkin. Just so it was,
Talk faster and say more words.
yeah.
Aaron Sorkin-y? I can't even say it. I'm going to accuse somebody of that next time. I know in the grocery store. You're being really Aaron Sorkin-y right now. Back up.
Stop walking and talking about important political stuff. Just slow it
Please.
down.
Just, we're in the produce department.
Yeah.
Calm down.
One sentence at a time.
Yeah.
Let's do
We don't need that much information in such a short amount of time.
So
Seriously.
and this is and one of the characters in it is player X, which is played by Michael Sena or whatever. It
says based on Tobey Maguire.
That's the thing. It was
Yeah.
interesting. So there's a lot of, and that's the big crux of the movie is she's like, I'm not giving up the names. I'm not giving up the names. And so they do that thing of they jump back and forth in the timeline.
Which can be tricky. That can be tricky in a film.
If it's not executed correctly, you can have an audience like, what? Or why did you go back? This is dumb.
Yeah.
She actually, I think, and they tie it together with Jessica Chastain's voiceover saying, this is what happened here, and this is who this person was, and it was really interesting. And she was Molly Bloom was an amazing skier, like a downhill skier, was on track to maybe make it to the Olympics, and had a bad injury. And Kevin Costner does a really good job of playing the sort of coach dad that's just like, you're going to compete, no matter what. And so it's really good. It's really good acting. Idris Elba, man, he plays an amazing defense attorney. He's fantastic.
Oof.
I mean, he's
great.
He's great. He's a fantastic actor. And everyone in all the casting was really well done. Even the like lesser known characters and how the card games were done, the way they shot it. I mean, it's
Apparently all the extras in the card games were professional poker players.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That was obvious. It was obvious, like, I'm not a huge card player, but I've played enough and been around enough that I kind of feel like I understand. Like, I was like, oh, that's a real card player. That's a real card. They were doing real card terms, and people were talking them in real card terms that didn't sound like non-card players trying to sound like, oh,
right.
Wow, you caught that on the river, like Clunky McGee. Like, it's just like, what,
Did William H. Macy come up to the table and go...
He cooled it down.
Was it very Vegas-y? Like, is it like, do they have like Sinatra on the soundtrack? Like, what is it kind of?
No, it's because it's really about these kind of these big underground, big shot, $20,000 buy-in card games. So it starts out in Hollywood. So they did that, and then she kind of, it was, the first game was in this sort of back room of this seedy bar, and her boss is a dick, and she's like, why don't I just start my own game? So then her idea is to like rent out a big glammed out like $5,000 a night penthouse presidential suite type place at some 5-star hotel. And she's like, top shelf booze, top shelf food, and she goes, I'm hiring all women, hires all these attractive women to be the waitresses and the dealers and all this stuff like that. And, it's all about, she didn't do anything illegal until she took the rake, which she took a percentage of the pot. So once you take a percentage of the pot, then you're doing it. Then only a casino can legally do that.
Right.
So,
that's so shady. That's some shady shit.
Yeah.
This also sounds like the plot to The House with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler.
That's also based on a true story.
Yeah.
No, but no, it was really interesting because they kind of keep, and that was what was cool about the timeline jumping, in my opinion, was something would happen, and then Idris Elba was her defense attorney, but he was really like, cut the bullshit. Mm-hmm. You were working with the Russian mob. Don't give me this fucking, I don't know. Like, I want names. They're coming after you for RICO. They were trying to make a RICO case, like organized crime involvement. And so she kept having to say, well, I didn't, and I never took a percent. And so it was really, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but it's worth watching. There's great performances in it. Aaron Sorkin does a great job. All the actors are great. It's based on a true story that's just like, it's one of those true stories where you go, it's almost like that movie Blow. I mean, he was doing way more illegal stuff, but you're like, wow, when you see someone who's this smart and this on the ball, and you're just like, you just want to tap him on the shoulder and go, don't open that door. That door is going to lead down. You think it's great. It's going to be awful. And you're like, it's that thing of Molly Bloom could have been successful at anything legally. She's that sharp. She's one of those professional athletes are just the most driven people I've ever met in my life. Male, female, it doesn't matter. They're just like, goal, go for it, go for it, go for it. And so they could accomplish anything if they wanted to. So that's sort of the lesson or whatever. But it's a great film. It looks well. It's shot well. It's what's up, Aaron?
Since the Russian mob's involved, is there a John Malkovich bad accent in there? Like Rounders?
All the time, chick. No, it's
take it down.
Take it all down. He wanted, beat me straight up.
I splash the fucking pot all I want.
Yeah.
Wow, impressions.
He doesn't.
Stellar.
He doesn't listen to a cookie. Yeah, I could do Rounders quotes all day long. Yeah.
Highway Time.
It's a decent. It's good. It deserves its nominations. I'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
enough.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Were there any black people in it besides Idris Elba?
That's where it breaks down. That's just like. That's where it's like.
You never think about that, but like sometimes even just like background actors, you're like, this feels a little whitewashed right now.
Well, boy, Hollywood. I've talked about that before on this show, but it's a great point to bring up. When there's like an all-white cast, then they will always have black extras to go see, and it's like, oh right.
Yeah. We sprinkled them in the background. They're back there.
Yeah, they're see.
Yeah.
It's just like no.
Come on, it's diverse.
Yeah, it's always like the romantic comedy. The only black people you ever see are at the wedding. Oh. They invited token black friends to their wedding and put them in the movie. Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they're like the groomsmen or a bridesmaid. They don't say shit.
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way. The next movie we're going to talk about was set in the 1950s fashion world, so there was nary a black person to be seen.
Right. That's the Hollywood like, well, we can get away with it if we do a period piece.
Yeah.
Because apparently black people
so funny.
didn't exist
On
in the
the nose.
50s.
Not in London, apparently, in the fashion world.
Seriously.
Shot first.